Welcome back to Dad's Deals and Dumbbells, where dad life meets dumb financial decisions and hopefully better ones after today.
We are hosts, a lawyer, a chiropractor, both dads, both business owners, and both guys who definitely maxed out a credit card at some point.
If your wallet is full of plastic, but your savings are empty, this episode might be for you.
Let's talk about how to swipe smart, avoid stress, and stop fighting over who bought what on what Amazon account.
I got to tell you, we could have several episodes, I think, talking about credit card usage, debt,
Tips and tricks,
do's
and don'ts.
You could have a whole other one just on people's credit, like credit scores and how not to screw them up.
Mm-hmm.
I protect my credit score like it's my third child that I don't have.
Yep.
So
Definitely helpful.
Before we jump into the conversation about the main topic, you want to hit some wins and fails from the past week?
Yeah, wins. I don't know if it's a win or a fail. I'll count it as a fail. I had to shovel like 4 driveways over the weekend. Or shoveling snow.
4?
Shoveling snow. I did my parents twice, a neighbor's, and then ours when we got home. And up in Lake Geneva, they had like 12 inches of snow.
Oh.
It was a lot.
Oh. Long driveways?
Yeah, they had a big one.
Now, did you do this because you had to do it, or did you do it because you were just a nice
So
son
they
of
had
Shore?
both. They had a snowblower, a big old snowblower, and I've never used one before because my dad always did it. So I woke up early. We didn't have any gas, so I had to go get gas. And then
Carburetor's clogged?
no, it worked. So we did it Saturday night and then again Sunday morning because it was literally snowing from Friday to Sunday. And on Saturday we were like, all right, let's clear this off a little bit. And then I didn't know it was dark out, so I couldn't see that there was like 2 chokes on the thing.
Okay.
So like 1 choke to start it, and then another one.
2 chokes.
I don't know what the other one was doing, but I had it turned all the way to the one direction to start it, and then like the snow. You're doing a snowblower, right? It's like shooting like crazy.
Yeah.
This was kind of puttering out. And I did it, and I was snowblowing for maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and then it finally something rattled loose, and all of a sudden started shooting straight out of the air. I'm like, oh, this is what it was supposed to be. So I started messing with the knobs, and it was like a second choke or speed something, but it wasn't.
Normally there's an engine speed.
It wasn't an engine speed, and it wasn't like the wheel speed either. So I'm like, I don't know what this was, but either way, figured it out.
You got it done
for Sunday morning.
Well, that's not shoveling, just so we're clear. That's snow blowing.
Then I shoveled some stuff too. After it doesn't clean everything, so you have to like shovel all that. We came home, I had to shovel mine because our neighbor was like, "Oh, you can use our snowblower," but they weren't home. So at least I parked. Yeah. I said the win was I parked in their driveway to get the kids out of the car, put them in the house, and then so I didn't mess up the snow in our driveway.
Yeah, because once you drive over, it's squished. Yeah, yeah,
that sucked.
Yeah, so, there's one of the things you don't learn until.
I'll count that as a win.
Yeah, that's definitely a dad trick. If it snows, once you drive over it, you're gonna pancake that snow down, and
it turns to ice.
Yeah. Wins and fails for last week for me. I would say fail is that I have just been fatigued here last couple of days. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like a little cold or something I'm coming down with. I feel generally fine. Just I don't know. I think maybe
no sleeping.
I don't sleep for shit anyway. If I get a solid 6 hours in, that's spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
5 is pretty normal. Whatever. Anyway, wins. I'm going to talk about snow activities. I don't know if you've realized, I have a snow plow at our office.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why we have it is for the parking lot. And then I have the other rental properties I take it there too to plow the lots. And it's really held together by rust and dreams at this point. It's a
duct tape?
Well, it's got a little duct tape here and there, some Bondo in some spots as well. But all I need it for, I don't care what it looks like. I just need it to run. I need to function and it's
push snow.
And push snow. Right. It probably drives, I don't know, a total of 400 miles a year, something like that. Mainly around parking lots and then between the properties. That's it. But anyway, I was able to get it going. Took it in yesterday, had some fluids changed. I think I've got a leak on the steering fluid. So,
Your arm's sore after all that?
Little bit.
Because the steering wasn't working?
Oh, no. I mean, it worked well enough. It's just I think I'm leaking. And then at home, our snowblower at home, we haven't run it in like 2 years. So, of course,
last year was nothing.
Yeah, so at this point, it's completely clogged, the carburetor is. So I've got an appointment set up to have somebody come out and take care of that. So I was shoveling at home.
So there's your workout.
Yeah, that was my workout. That's right. So let's talk credit usage.
This is a big one.
This is a big one, right. And you know what? It's not just for us dads. It's also for our kids. And first of all, not all of us are responsible about credit cards. Let's be honest about that. I know so many people who have credit card problems.
It's not real money.
It's not real money. You know, I was always a very big cash guy until the past couple of years. I would always carry cash. I would pay for a lot of stuff in cash. Then I have a credit card now that gives me points.
Yep.
So, and actually adds up to a fair amount of points. So I do more stuff with the credit cards. But the lesson from cash was always very tangible. You have it in your hand. Now you're giving it to someone else, and it's gone.
Yep.
It felt much more real.
Digital numbers.
No. But this is a lesson that I think is really critical to teach to our kids. And you have to teach them. I think you need to teach them before they're 18, certainly at 18.
Definitely.
I remember definitively walking across campus in college, and there was this one corridor where they would have vendors set up, whether it's clubs or credit card companies or whoever. Their credit card companies were trying to pitch you on buying their credit card, getting their credit card within the first couple of weeks, and they were signing people up left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are using credit cards to run up debt. They don't have the money to pay the debt.
Nope.
They don't have money to pay the interest, and everything goes
sideways real quick.
Right, and then your credit profile gets damaged. All of a sudden, you got a terrible credit score. Years down the road, when you're ready to buy a place, you got a problem.
Yep.
So I'm a big proponent on teaching kids when they're young. You got to teach your teenagers how to use a credit card, when to use a credit card, what not to use a credit card for. The education starts younger.
How to pay it,
what the interest actually means.
Yep.
The minimum payment. It's better now than it used to be. Now there's all sorts of federal regulations regarding what's to be listed on the credit card, showing the interest rate, how long it'll take you to pay it off.
Yeah, plus your statement will tell you hey, if you pay it off in 20 years, it'll cost you this much.
But I don't think most people read that stuff.
Nope.
And I definitely think they don't conceptualize it.
Nope.
So, I've been in a position, I put tuition on a credit card when I was in college because my parents didn't have money to pay it at one point. I had several points in time where credit cards were, I don't know if they were maxed out. They're pretty close to it, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get that stuff paid off. The lower your income, the harder it is.
Mm-hmm.
But even people who are high earners, I have had multiple clients that have run up tens of thousands of dollars credit card debt, had not had the ability to pay it, and they wind up, facing lawsuits and judgments and so forth. So this stuff starts early.
You don't do any bankruptcy stuff, do you?
We don't, no. Send that stuff out. We do defend some of this stuff when there's a debt buyer that comes along, which is a whole other kind of conversation we can have. Credit card debt collection buying is a whole industry of bottom-feeding companies, quite frankly. It's an industry. People make money doing it, but a lot of those things you can actually fight if you ever really want to. So let's talk about credit card usage. We got a few stats here. We got another stat sheet we can go off of as well. The average American has 4 credit cards and over $6,500 in debt.
Now, is that debt that they're paying off each month, or is that something that rolls over month to month?
I think they carry that much in credit card debt.
Got it.
Now, I will tell you, I actually think that's low.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people that have credit card debts. No, I've seen people that have credit card debts of like $45,000, $60,000, some higher. In my second job reviewing credit profiles for loans on a bank board, I get to see how much debt a person has, and we routinely will see people have a lot of credit card debt. My concern for people when I look at one of those things is, what is your limit? How close are you to it? And then how much money do you make in a year?
For your bank, then, are you looking to try and keep it do you want to pay attention to people that have that 33% credit usage or utilization ratio?
So I don't think we have a set percentage. They really go off the FICO score.
Mm-hmm.
They go off of your debt service coverage, which is how much debt you have and how much income you have available to service the debt on a monthly basis. But for me personally, when I look at somebody and whether or not they're going to be solvent, they're going to be okay financially, if I see that you have a whole bunch of credit cards and you carry balances on all of them, and then I see that you make a small amount of money or a smaller amount of money than I would expect, that tells me that you're probably spending more money than you actually should be spending. Yeah. And so, I don't think there's a magic recipe to this stuff, but I've seen some that have gone really bad. That's for sure.
Yep.
And I used to be in that position more so than I am now. That's for sure. I try to get them all paid off every month. U.S. credit card debt hit an all-time high in 2024, $1.13 trillion.
Yikes.
That's a couple of bucks there. 55% of parents say they argue about finances the most with their spouse, especially credit card spending.
It is real money.
I had an employee once who had credit cards that the spouse did not know about. The credit card bills would come to the office. The spouse had no idea.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
How'd that work out?
They got divorced. Hey, family finances is a whole nother conversation. Some people combine their finances. Some people have your finances, my finances, and our finances.
Mm-hmm.
what works for different people, that varies greatly. So I'm not going to psychoanalyze everyone's relationship and what people should do. But I do know when you hide those things, that's generally not a good sign.
That's not a good thing. The lying portion. Not good.
Not at all.
Yeah, now they're saying with the revolving credit card debt is 1.23 trillion.
Yeah.
As of Q3 2025.
Okay, so it's even gone up since the 2024 study.
Q2 in 2022 or last year, sorry.
Average debt per household, this is an interesting figure, $9,300 to $10,900.
And that's for credit cards, right? That's not like mortgage, loans,
No, that's just credit
loans.
cards. That's just credit cards. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
46% of card holders carry a balance. That's actually down slightly since 2024.
Smart. Someone's listening.
I'm surprised. I actually would have thought that would have been higher, to be honest. Delinquency rate of 30 days or more not making a payment, 6.4% of all accounts.
6%?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty low.
Average APR. This is one that is interesting.
Can I kick you in the teeth?
21.39% across all accounts. 22.83% when you include finance charges, fees, and so forth.
And the APR is what?
Annual percentage rate. So
but that's not the percentage of what is that?
No, it's not. It's not simple interest rate.
Yep.
Right. It's what they're doing is they're calculating your interest rate based off of that billing cycle. You've had it open for so long, and that's one of the things people don't seem to understand is when you make that minimum payment, that APR being 20%, the minimum payment is going to cover hopefully enough to cover the interest that's accumulated over the last month, but not much more.
And it's not going to go much towards principal. Yeah.
So
what have you seen the one trick? Someone told me, or I think I was talking with
the double payments.
Yeah, so you make your payment on. I think I was talking with ChatGPT, and if you want to pay off your mortgage quicker, you make your regular payment on the 1st or whatever, and then you take like 10% of whatever that payment is, then pay it on the 15th, so that 15th payment goes towards principal, and you can pay it off like 5-10 years early.
Yeah,
because the issue is you just want to knock that principal down.
If you have the extra cash laying around, sure, 100%. I've also seen people talk about taking your monthly payment, splitting it into halves.
Yep.
Doing half on the 15th, half on the 30th, or something.
I was told by, I think Connexus is one of the financiers for one of our cars. Like, pay half on the 1st, half on the 15th.
The challenge is you need to make sure if you're going to split your payments like that you are letting the bank or whoever it is know what's the payment going towards. Is the payment going towards additional principal payment, or is it going towards interest? And then how they handle that is important. So I wouldn't say just send the money.
Yeah.
I would say send the money, make sure they know how it's going to actually be handled.
Got it.
But that's another strategy for sure. Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, here's a question for you. Business credit cards versus personal credit cards. Why you should separate out business and personal expenses? Well, I think
the
this
IRS.
is an easy one. That's a good answer.
IRS
That's
is
a good
a big
answer.
one.
I'm not a CPA, but that is a good answer.
Yeah, we're not giving tax advice.
Listen,
you will get in trouble with that one.
For business people out there, I cannot express this strongly enough. Get a separate account. Get a separate account for your business.
Was it you that was talking about someone that was running their business with their personal finances?
Oh, I see it all the time. I see it all the time.
Yeah, no, can't do that.
It's especially if you're going to have a legal entity, an LLC or a corporation, you have to keep your finances separate personally from business.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean you can't pay yourself from the business. Doesn't mean you can't pull money out.
Yeah.
But you have to track everything separate. Business money goes into the business account. Business expenses come out of the business account. Keep that stuff separate. It's easier for bookkeeping. It's easier for your CPA.
Plus, if you want to get another loan for something else, personally or for the business,
yes,
you want to be able to prove that you have some sort of income.
100%. 100%. And
that income has to substantiate that you can afford that loan.
Yeah. It also has to do with protecting from piercing the corporate veil. So
that sounds like a band.
It could be probably a pretty good band.
Pierce the Veil is a band, but it doesn't say corporate veil.
Piercing the corporate veil. What kind of music would they play?
This one's like a punk rock.
Pierce the corporate veil.
Pierce the corporate veil. Probably something more sterile.
Yacht rock.
Sterile. Yeah, yacht rock. Country rap.
Pop? Country rap. Pop. Oh, yeah. Piercing the corporate veil happens when you break down the wall and the separation between personal things and corporate things. And in Illinois, there's multiple categories of ways that you can screw this up. But if you pierce the corporate veil and you don't treat an entity like it's a separate business, then you can wind up personally responsible for the debts for the company. So
and that's not that because that why you would want to do like an LLC S corp
Yeah,
type of deal.
it's one of the main reasons why people want to do
Separations
that. Right now, I will tell you when it comes to things like credit cards, like the credit card that I have, the credit card that you have for your business.
Mm-hmm.
If you read the terms and conditions on those credit cards, most of the time, while the credit card may be in the business's name, most of the time as the owner, you are also guaranteed payment. So a lot of people don't realize that, and no one ever reads the terms and conditions of the credit cards. They look for their interest rate. That's about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fine print.
Yeah, yeah. But you should separate. I strongly encourage people to separate out business and personal credit card expenses. Have those things separate.
Definitely
easier for bookkeeping, no question. One of the other things I strongly encourage people to look into. I didn't do this for the longest time. About 18 months ago, I had somebody in my office spend time researching what credit card we should be using for the office to maximize our number of points.
Yep.
And it makes a difference of several $1,000s a year in cash rewards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you guys, is that what you guys settled on? Was it Capital One?
Yeah, Capital One. So we get points from Chase as well. We got several accounts with Chase, but Capital One credit card pays us better.
Did you compare Amex to that?
No.
Ooh.
Do I need to Amex? Do you need to sponsor the show? And
I would. Well, we use Amex. We have Amex.
Yeah.
For the office.
Yeah.
And we use all that stuff. Then we take whatever points we have, we can use those for travel.
Wow. What do you get? What do you get per point? Or per dollar?
It depends. So depends on the transactions. I think so. We have a gold and a platinum. With platinum, we got it for travel because you can book you get 5x points on anything that you book through their travel thing. So any hotel, any rental car, even cruises. Yeah. But we don't book them through there. But if you pay through there, you get a 5x points, and then you also get like the platinum lounges and all that stuff. But then gold, I think I've looked at it a while. But if you have like certain recurring, like the top 5 of your transactions, those recurring ones, those get like double points.
Okay.
And then you get $1 per point for everything else, and there's a couple other things. So
okay,
what are the?
I
what's the
think
Capital
if I
One
remember
stuff?
correctly, in Capital One, the minimum you get is 1.5 points per dollar
transaction.
Yeah,
dollar. Okay.
Yeah, or it goes up from there. It goes up.
It's like a 3 and a 5.
Yeah.
What do you get those for? Gas.
I knew you were gonna ask me that.
Recurring ones.
Travel is one. Like the Apple Store, you get something there. Office supplies.
I think with the platinum, you can get like extra points or like cash towards like subscription services and stuff like that.
I think the bottom line is that there's a lot of stuff out there. Spend a little bit of time and find something that actually is going to give you some points and the things that you want. Some people take the points, put them towards their credit card debt that they have for the business. Some people pull the cash out and use it for something else. Use it on employees for bonuses. I don't know, whatever.
We usually use the points. We use the business card for business expenses, and then we take those business points and use them for travel.
Yeah.
Personal travel.
Yeah. Well, use them for something. I think is the bottom line.
Hopefully that's legal.
Yeah. I'm not offering legal advice today.
I'm pretty sure it is.
One tip here for you. If you're charging your protein powder or your Disney Plus business credit card, you really need to think that through. Probably
don't do that.
I think you might be able to do those things if you do them in the office. The protein powder might count for office supplies.
If you sell it in the office,
that it would for sure.
Then you could.
I think you could even get away with the Disney Plus if you have it available for kids to watch in your office or something like that.
Which we do.
Right. So,
or you can use your business credit card for a board meeting.
Yes. Yeah.
Between your spouse.
Yeah.
You and your spouse, who is a board member.
This is feeling like more of a stretch, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna leave that to CPAs. I don't give tax advice.
Our CPA allows it.
Okay. Well, I like your CPA. I like
as long as we have document on what's going on in the meeting and we have minutes of what we talk about, we're good.
You keep minutes for every time you go out to dinner.
Definitely.
It's
good
for you.
Marketing and office strategy. We're talking about all that stuff.
Let's talk joint credit cards and spousal landmines.
Amazon surprise. Yeah. How do we figure out who's spending what on Amazon?
I mean, I can look through and I can tell you real quick. Oh, no, my wife and I have separate
accounts.
You
don't buy like women's dresses on Amazon?
Sometimes. If I find the right color.
Yeah.
I mean.
It's got to fit your figure, fit the shape.
It's got to fit. Yeah. I mean, it's, something like that.
Accentuate the curves.
Right. So this is one of those things where I think, frankly, we probably ought to have someone in here that is a couples counselor to talk about money issues and how to deal with these things best, because it varies dramatically. Like my wife has a credit
just
card.
What the common strategies are.
Yeah. And maybe that's somebody who we book for the future to talk about those things. Finances in the family. That's not a bad idea. My wife has one credit card. Well, she's got one credit card that is electronically sent to her. The statement is, so I have no idea what the balance is ever. I know we pay it off every so often and so forth, but I don't know what she cares as far as balance.
Mm-hmm.
I have the same thing. I have an Apple Card where there's no physical. The statement comes to my phone, and I've got a couple credit cards for the office. That's kind of a different thing. But we don't really. We're at a point in our relationship where it's not really an issue.
Yep.
It was at one point. So, and if it is, that's something that I definitely encourage people to figure out, because those financial stressors are killers for relationships.
Definitely.
I do like this one. Pro tip: don't ambush your partner with budget talk at 9 p.m. after the kids go down. I also would add to that: don't have this conversation after one or both of you have been drinking a little bit.
No.
Don't do that.
Is that from personal experience?
Don't do that. I didn't say that.
Yeah, no.
Don't hang me out the driveway.
Schedule it. I would definitely schedule it. Say, hey, let's talk about it.
Oh, I don't know.
Have some information.
I don't know. Schedule it.
Either way, ambushing.
Yeah.
We tried putting in the schedule.
Did you?
We blow past it all the time.
Yeah. Credit card utilizations and score tips. So this is what you were talking about earlier.
Under 30%, under 33%.
Yeah, the general advice is keep your usage under 30% of your credit card limit.
I wonder, I can't remember was it Credit Karma? They post it, what it is. I don't know if they say if they advise it to be.
Yeah, I don't remember. I have Credit Karma as well. In fact, I just got an update from them randomly.
Ooh.
It says, looks like my credit score changed recently.
Hopefully for the better.
I will tell you, they are kind of genius, because during COVID, I got something from them saying, hey, you could probably refinance your house and get a cheaper interest rate. And I was like, oh. And I clicked that I was interested. 30 seconds later, my phone's ringing.
Yeah. For the next 3 days, probably.
It was insane. Yeah. So genius from a business standpoint, real pain in my butt at the time.
Yep.
Pay your balances off in full each month. That's the best case scenario if you can do it. Set up auto pay minimums so you never get hit with the late fee. I'll give you another top tip. If we all have vacations and things that happen. People get sick. We forget to make a payment. If you don't do this repeatedly, you can actually pick up the phone, call the credit card company and say, hey, I forgot to make the payment on time. Can you waive the fee? A lot of times they'll do it.
Just give them a call.
Yeah, give them a call, especially if you're not just paying the minimum balance.
Yeah, hey, can I pay this off in full?
Yeah. Teaching your kids about credit. We mentioned this earlier. Let them track your credit card statement so they can understand spending. I heard a financial lesson once recommended by a guy who made about $120,000 a year, and his kids had no concept of what things cost. They just knew that he made six figures. So he brought home $10,000 in cash one day, and he says, "This is how much money I make in a month." And then he put things out in front of him like mortgage, electric bill, groceries, insurance, car payment. And then he put money in all the different piles so they could see
where it goes,
how far the money goes, where it goes, and what's left over at the end. I thought it was a brilliant financial strategy so that people can kind of conceptualize what's going on. And, of course, $120,000 for some people is huge. Well, a lot of people it's not.
Yep.
The economy's changed so much.
Yeah, cost of living areas for sure.
I'm a big, big proponent for having these kinds of conversations with your kids, not letting them figure things out on their own.
No.
I think it's a terrible, terrible plan.
Yeah, my mom did the teaching kids about credit portion where she added us as an authorized user under her. She gave us an Amex as like an emergency card just in case. When I used it in graduate school, I thought it was an emergency, but I needed Chipotle. So and she caught me and she's like, "You got to pay me $10." I'm like, "Oh, damn it. All right, fine. Here you go." But because I had left my other card or something at the house, and that's what I had in my wallet.
Yeah.
But so I messed that one up. But yeah, I think she works at a bank, so she gave us one of those cards there to build up credit history.
Yep.
And yeah, that's definitely set us in the right direction.
Yeah. As soon as my daughter, she's 17 now. As soon as she turns 18, I'm going to have her apply for a credit card. She's on my card now.
Yeah.
Right. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have her charge some stuff, pay it off right away.
Yep.
Charge some stuff, pay it off right away.
Yep.
I want her to understand how to build her credit and so forth. And the only way to do it is, for the most part, is to learn. Yeah.
Yep.
So
I did have a friend who he's a junior, and his dad's obviously the senior. Literally same names, different birth dates, different ages. The son was getting all these denials when he was trying to apply for a credit card, apply for all these things, because they weren't checking the birth dates on who's who.
Yeah.
So when he was finally able to call up TransUnion or Equifax, he's like, "Hey, this is a different birthday, different guy," but because he had applied so many times and gotten denied, his credit was in the tank.
Yeah.
So he had to do the minimum credit card balance of like $100.
Yeah.
Used that for gas and then just had to build it back up. And now he's like, he protects it like.
Yeah. It's your baby.
More than one of his kids, probably.
Yeah.
So don't end, if that's you and you're a junior, make sure they verify your birth dates.
Yeah. Yeah. I will tell you, I've seen several instances where family members will use the Social Security number of a child because their credit is trash, the kid's is clean, and they screw over the kid. Whoa. These are not good families, but I've seen it happen. Yeah. It's as bad as it sounds. So
that's really, I have people go like, I've had employees like, wouldn't you trust me? And I was like, I wouldn't even trust my own family. So no, sorry.
No. Oh, and I will give this legal tip right now. When your significant other asks you to co-sign on a car, the answer is no.
Okay.
I don't care. The answer is no. If you're married, you want to do it, fine. Significant other, I think it's a terrible idea. I think buying a house with a significant other is a terrible idea. I have had so many cases.
So significant other is pre-marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had. Yeah. Hey, listen, you're together for 20 years. Okay. Fine.
Does that count as like a civil union at that point?
Not in Illinois.
No. Okay.
There's not a thing here.
Okay.
But it's the point is that I've seen so many situations where people are like, well, we're in a committed relationship, we love each other, and I'm just going to help him get a car. Sure. And then the relationship breaks down, and the person's like, oh yeah, I'll make all the car payments. Don't worry about it. And then they stop making the car payments, while your credit gets dinged because you're the one that's on the title or because you're a co-signer for the car, and you don't even get the notices that they're not being paid. I've seen several tank. We had a lawsuit we had to file for a woman whose fiance had a big Dodge Ram truck. I'm not even sure why. He wasn't even working the trades. Didn't need a
dually,
truck.
Lifted dually.
Kinda.
And compensating.
Yeah, and so he didn't pay the bill, and the car wound up getting repossessed.
Mm-hmm.
She went after him because she's now facing this bill, and she makes a few dollars. So she got a judgment against him, still to try to collect it. It's a terrible situation. Just trust me.
But
do yourself a favor. Don't co-sign.
It's not even collectible though.
I'm not co-signing for my siblings. I will potentially loan them money, which is then just basically a gift. I had a very good friend of the family call up one time, asked me if I would co-sign for a mortgage for him. This is somebody who, goes to Thanksgiving dinner with us sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is no, I can't do that. I'm not going to do it. Yeah. It's not that I don't trust him. It's just that I've seen so many deals go bad.
Yeah.
So I strongly suggest people don't do that.
Slightly jaded on that one.
I am a little jaded. I've seen too many bad situations.
Yeah.
So let's hit some takeaway bullet points here for the show. Credit cards are really tools. They're not toys.
They is real money.
Use them strategically.
Yep. Keep business and personal charges separate.
Oh, 100%. Talk money with your partner before having a crisis, not during.
And don't let credit build stress. Let it be your future.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And you need to start teaching your kids now about credit. Don't let them learn the hard way. Yeah, surely you've learned a few lessons. Even if you're not great with money, surely you've learned some basic lessons you can pass along to your kids so they don't repeat the same stupid mistakes we made.
Yeah. Literally this morning we had my 6-year-old was doing her homework, and it was, how much money is this? And like pictures. It was like 6 dimes and a penny. And she's like, it's 7. I was like, no. I was like, each one of these is worth 10. This is worth 1. How much do you have? She's like, 80? I'm like, you're not even counting at this point. I was like, Addie, you have 60 pennies plus 1 more penny. How many do you have? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, all right, we'll work on it. But yeah, we're at the basics of that part first.
That's right. Well, you start with the basics and you learn from there.
No.
So that is it for this episode of Dad's Deals and Dumbbells. If your credit score is sweating right now, you're not alone.
Swipe smart, talk it out, and for the love of God, check your statements before blaming your wife for those sneaker charges.
Yeah, I have to tell you, a couple of times I have texted my wife in the middle of the day and been like, hey, what's this charge?
I literally did that 2 weeks ago. I was like, what did we just buy?
Yeah, something she talked to me about.
Uh-huh.
Subscribe.
At least you get an answer. I think I got ghosted on that answer.
Yeah. Well, she's slow to respond to text messages, but she's very quick to send me one. So, And I have to respond to those quickly. Subscribe, share, shoot us a direct message with your wildest credit money mishap. Maybe we'll read it next show.
Definitely leave it in the comments. Until then, lift heavy, live wisely. Trying to max out your card on the holiday Legos. Although those are pretty pricey nowadays.